Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Nick and welcome back to the Nickada Express, where I like to express my opinions on a variety of different topics. Back here to talk about a movie, and that is Palm Springs. It's a Hulu original with Andy Samberg and Cristin Milioti, and it's been out for about a week. As you can see, I'm in a new setting here, so haven't really been able to record as earlier about either movies or shows, or just about a lot of things as much as I had hoped, but I'm now here back to talk about as much as possible in my new setting. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoy this video, and please put a like on the video. It really helps me out, and express your opinions in the comments section. That's what this channel is about, is expressing your opinion and yourself. So with that being said, let's get into Palm Springs. So Palm Springs is the first film made by Max Barbacow, I believe is how you say his last name, and as I said, it has Andy Samberg and Cristin Milioti, which I haven't seen her in much except obviously How I Met Your Mother, Wolf of Wall Street, and she's been in like some other shows here and there, but this is the first time I've seen her in like a really starring role, especially for a movie. Andy Samberg, I've seen him in tons of stuff. Love him, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The man is really a legend, and he's in The Lonely Island, so he's really special, especially in the content creation that he does. So again, with a lot of my pros here, the acting is incredible. It's a time loop movie, so with that concept alone, basically has me sold, because those movies have always been so fun to watch for me, like Edge of Tomorrow, Groundhog Day, Source Code. There's just these movies that they're simple, but yet they have so many different ways about going about them. Like Happy Death Day is a horror type of version of a time loop, so you can do a bunch of different things, and this one goes basically to the comedy standpoint, and I really haven't seen a time loop movie basically just a comedy. And it also is the first time that I've seen the characters, they share the time loop, or without spoilers, multiple characters share the time loop. So my pros are like literally the cast is great, the story is so different, but for a time loop movie it works so well. You have other actors like Tyler Hoechlin, who plays the CW Superman, Camila Mendes from Riverdale. Like, you got a lot of good, enjoyable, and likable side characters. I was thoroughly surprised, because I really liked the trailer, but I was like, it's a time loop movie, how are they going to go about this? And again, I saw the film and I was like, this is a really unique way about telling this type of story, time loop, and then adding this new type of thrill, just a new sense of style when creating a time loop movie, and it really intrigued me, and I hope more movies follow this template, because it was really enjoyable. And then you also have like a couple, not plot twists, like they're not like, oh my god, like maybe some people would view it as that, but like there's a couple things you don't see coming, and it really added just a really interesting dynamic to not only the characters but the story itself by probably more than halfway in. And everything about it, even the directing, is pretty flawless. Like, there's not much CGI, but they do some CGI type of things, and I thought the budget was really well handled in this movie. So I really want to buy this on Blu-ray when it comes out. It's one of those movies I could rewatch. It's really enjoyable and a really good rewatch, especially after knowing what happens. You can see it in a whole new light, and for a time loop movie, that makes it even more interesting. So it's a really good one. And so normally I do my pros, and then I would have meh parts and then cons, but since I like this movie so much, I'm only going to do meh parts. And the meh parts for me are really just the fact that and it's always when it's such a movie I enjoy, it's nitpicking. So, and the R rating has nothing to do with it. I can watch 21 Jump Street type of movies. I can watch horror movies all the time. I just think that when it comes to this specific movie, the R rating, which I'm glad it's there, because when there's those R-rated comedy elements, it works very well, but the story itself has such a more heartfelt type of emotional pull in certain areas, and you have such interest in the characters, which I think at the end of the day you can look past this. But if I'm gonna nitpick or just try and think of something at all to basically narrow down what is the one thing I thought was kind of just maybe weird or whack, or just my meh parts, is the R rating. Not specifically the R rating, but the use of using the R rating in this movie just pushed it a bit far off what the main story and plot threads are like, because at the end of it, you don't need a bunch of vulgar like language. You don't need a bunch of like, there's not even that much graphic stuff in the movie, but it sets you up in this world that makes it seem like it's going to be kind of like a really raunchy movie, and there's parts where you can kind of see where they were going for, but it starts off like that right away, and which I was fine with. But then when the other rest of the movie doesn't follow it, you're kind of like, that's kind of weird that they set it up like that. And the only way I can feel like they set it up being so raunchy in the beginning is so they could get everybody used to it being an R-rated version of this time loop movie. So that's the only thing I could think of why they would do it. But besides that, I was still fine with it, but it only felt kind of wonky to me when I look back at it. So that's my only nitpick. It's not even that big a deal, and I still, as I said, would want to buy this movie on Blu-ray, and it's a solid, like, I'm gonna rewatch it again. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all enjoyed this video and my small review. Again, it's a little late, so probably most of you have seen it by now. So again, it's one of those special movies that you put on, and it's not too overhanded, and it's not less-handed either. Like, it's right there in the middle where you're like, this is like one of those just put it on movie and I'm gonna enjoy myself. So it's really cool. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, guys, and I hope to hear you guys in the comment section express your opinion. I want to hear all about if you love the movie, if you didn't like it. I would feel majority of people would like it, but you never know. There could be a couple of people who just think, too much R-ratedness, or just too repeating of a time loop. I don't know, but that's what I want to hear about. And again, sorry for being not late, but a little late to the party, because the movie's been out for a little bit now. So I'm hoping to keep track of bunch of new releases coming out. So with all that being said, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Peace, guys.